All right, so I want to welcome everybody to iLearn Review Live, and today we're going to talk about something for about 10 minutes that's a very technical, complicated thing, and I want to make it as simple as I possibly can. Does that make pretty good sense to everybody? How many of you have ever heard of something called a VPN?
Virtual Private Network. Virtual Private Network.
And the purpose of VPNs back in the day was, okay, I can go into a VPN and I can get into my company's network. So I can get into my company's network from home. That's why VPNs were originally created. And then something terrible happened in the technology world. Wi-Fi hotspots. And let's get even more specific. Public Wi-Fi hotspots. When I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about what you have at home, that you need a long password that Comcast has given you or something like that. I am talking about public Wi-Fi. I came up with this as a perfect example because if you were in the terminal yesterday, you saw everybody gathered around and using the Wi-Fi in the terminal. That is one of the most dangerous things you can do is use public Wi-Fi. One of the absolute most dangerous things in the world you can do is use public Wi-Fi. Now here's the thing. You're pretty safe doing it if you know what you're doing. And here's the truth. If you're using your Gmail or you're using your Facebook, you can use any Wi-Fi all over the world and you're not going to get yourself in any trouble. I think this is the strange thing that people don't realize. Google and Facebook have better security than most banks do. Yes, they have better security than most bank websites have on them. Not UK banks, they're a little different. They have different factors of authentication and craziness like that. But you know, your bank just asks you for your username and password, and it doesn't log your locations you log in from and do all those different things. But Facebook and Google do all of those different things. Now, I want to show you a way to connect to the internet very securely if you happen to be on a public Wi-Fi hotspot. Now, I'm going to show you two different VPN solutions. But essentially what a VPN does is it encapsulates you and it brings you all the way to one point. Does that make sense? So it takes you in, it brings you to one point. So I want to show you two VPNs. The first one, come and have a seat. The first one is called BetterNet. B-E-T-T-E-R-N-E-T. B-E-T-T-E-R-N-E-T. It's called BetterNet. When you open it for the first time, there's going to be a button that says, start 7-day free trial now, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Here's what I want you to do. Ignore that. Ignore that little start 7-day free trial. And you'll see up here a little X in the corner. Just click the little X. It's available on iPhone, iPad, Windows, Android. It's not available on Mac yet, but it's a free VPN. And what it does is it secures my connection. Now, I'm going to try and go to somewhere that I can't get to on the ship. Before I do this, we got to a website earlier today. It's an adult humor website. It's called collegehumor.com. So collegehumor.com, and if I try and go to this website, it just bounces me back to the login page. Because that type of content is not allowed. It's frowned upon. So have you ever been someplace where it blocks you from doing things? Work? Okay, yes. This is bad to show you how to do this, but you would open up BetterNet, which is a free application. It's on the iPhone, and I can go ahead and I can just hit connect. And what it's going to do is in a couple seconds, it's going to connect, and you'll see that my little smiley face guy is blue. And you'll notice that it says in the upper side of my phone now, you see it says VPN right there. What that means is we have a secure tunnel directly to where we're going. It doesn't matter who's sniffing, who's accessing, what that person's doing. As long as it says VPN up there in the corner of the device, we are safe. Whenever you're on a public hotspot, you should be using a VPN. That's what I do. If you put in the password, whenever I'm somewhere I don't trust, I use a VPN. Now what we use on board is we use a VPN tunnel that takes you back in a single source. So you notice that you can connect to Celebrity Wi-Fi, and you're like, okay, I'm connected to Celebrity Wi-Fi, but it doesn't do much until you log in, because when you log in, it puts your connection on a VPN and makes your VPN very, very secure. So what it's doing is it's routing it, and it's making it very secure, and it's sending all of your information over a single pipe. What you don't realize when you go to a site, when you go to Amazon's site, Amazon has information there, Google has information there, and it's coming from multiple sources. If you turn on a VPN, one straight pipe. But I want to show you something I used a VPN for 2 days ago. I like to watch Saturday Night Live. Do any of you watch Saturday Night Live? I like to watch what the Cheeto has done lately. So, yes, the Cheeto.
I voted for that Cheeto.
Okay. But I want to show you something that you've probably all seen before. Now, we're still talking about VPN, but if I want to go ahead, I've got my computer up here, and I want to type in SNL, and I go in, and I wanted to watch, say, the Forrest Gump sketch. Jeff Sessions turn. Oh no, that's not the. I want to go into Saturday Night Live, and I want to watch something that happened in Saturday Night Live the other day. I'm sure some of us have probably seen this. Let's see, funeral service SNL. I go click on it, and what you're going to see is something that is one of the worst things ever. It says, the upload video available in your country. We've probably all seen something like this before. Am I correct? This isn't available in the US, it isn't available in Canada, it isn't available anywhere whatsoever. The thing is, it is technically illegal to show you how to circumvent this type of technology. What country are we in right now?
No.
Okay, so guess what? Guess what? We can have some fun. So here's the really cool thing. This is also a VPN software. BetterNet is for your protection. That first one I showed you is designed for your protection. You turn on a public Wi-Fi network and it protects you. BetterNet is completely free. This next one I'm going to show you is not completely free. You can use a certain amount of it for free, but depending on how much data you use, you will get different charges for it. But there's a certain amount you can use for free. It is called TunnelBear. Now, anybody from the UK? UK? Everyone's US and Canada? Anybody not US and Canada? Okay, US and Canada. So this ship sails out of the UK for a large portion of the year, and I do a class on Google Photos throughout the whole year. And when you're in UK, you can't do facial recognition. You'll see this tomorrow. You can't do facial recognition in the UK. So I have to use this trick. I use an application called TunnelBear. I need to turn off my BetterNet VPN. I use an application called TunnelBear, and what that application does... hold up. TunnelBear, like the actual animal, so Tunnel. What it does is it finds my location of where I am and where do I want to fake that I am. Let's say I wanted to watch something in the US. I would click US, and it would say tunnel to the United States, and I say yes. And what this does is it fakes my location as being in a different place than I actually am.
Okay, like I went to watch Tigers baseball the other day.
You want to watch what?
Tigers baseball, and it wouldn't let me.
I don't know what Tigers Space. Oh, okay, Tigers baseball. Okay, I heard Tigers Spaceball. I was like, what is Tigers Spaceball? But what you'll notice is I'm tunneling from the middle of the ocean to the U.S. So if you need to watch something in the U.S. on ABC or somewhere like that, you can tunnel, and you're good to go. This is another practical use of a VPN. Now, what I can also do to give you a concept is I like to watch. Anybody from Canada? One of my favorite TV shows ever is called CBC Marketplace. I don't know if you know of it.
Yeah.
I love it, love it, love it. They found out that Subway's chicken breast has less than 50% chicken in it last week. It was like, but you can't watch that in the United States. It's called CBC Marketplace. And if you go to their website, you know what they're going to tell you to do? They're going to say, sorry, because they're Canadian. They're going to say, sorry, you need to access this from the United States and from Canada. You can't access it from the US. You need to access it from Canada. But I want to show you what I do is I go to TunnelBear, same app. I choose Canada. And it says, do you want to tunnel to Canada? And I say, yes. The nice thing is TunnelBear works on iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows, Mac. It works on everything, and it allows you to change your location, which is what's very interesting. So I can go in, and I can change my location in a couple seconds. I should be in Canada. So I can go, so now you see I'm in Canada. Let me give it a second, it'll catch up on the screen. So the bear has tunneled all the way from unknown ocean location to Canada. I pay $50 a year to do this. I watch things in Canada, I watch things in the United Kingdom, need to watch things in Germany. I've needed to watch things all over the world. I like to watch Darren Brown. If you're from the UK, you might know that. If you're not from the UK, you may not know it. He's kind of like the UK's David Blaine, but far better. And he actually does real magic, not tricks people, but that's another story completely. He does mentalism and magic. Well, there's not real magic, but you know, I actually have a magic trick in my pocket, but I'll show you that in a couple seconds. So I say tunnel to the UK, and I'm good to go. So the whole idea of a VPN is it has two parts. Number one, you're protecting yourself. You go to a public Wi-Fi network, you turn on a VPN, no matter what you do, you're okay. Does that make sense there? No matter what you do,
So why not leave it on
you're
all
okay.
the time?
Why not leave it on all the time? You asked an awesome question. Why not leave it on all the time?
That's our awesome.
Here's the answer to your question. VPNs make your connection slower. So if you're streaming video or something like that, you don't want to have on a VPN as much. So what VPNs do is they essentially cut your connection speed in half.
Wow.
So they cut your connection. Now, if you have 100 megabit speed and you cut it in half, it's 50 megabit. That's more than enough to do anything. But if you're just using a public Wi-Fi connection,
And that's where you'd want to use it.
not so much. The other thing about VPN, I'm going to tell you, is if you were to use it in a network you need to log out from, say the ship, when you go to logout.com, it's not going to log you out. It's going to go to the real logout.com website because everything is running through a tunnel. Does that make sense? So sometimes I will leave my VPN connected, and I will try and log into the ship's network, and it won't let me because it's not, you can't talk to the ship's network. So this actually takes your Wi-Fi network and puts it inside of another Wi-Fi network. Does that make sense? It takes
So
it.
it's good to use it in airports.
It's good to use it in airports, anywhere that is public. I mean, in your house, you don't need to use it. On the ship, we are using VPN. Your connection, if you connect on Celebrity Wi-Fi, is fully going through a VPN. And I'll tell you one last thing I did the other day. I'm not going to show it on the screen because that's not very nice. But I brought my phone out to the terminal yesterday, and I stole a whole bunch of AOL and Yahoo passwords just for fun. Because just as an answer, AOL and Yahoo and Hotmail don't encrypt their passwords. If you use a Gmail account, no problem. You don't need a VPN. I can access Gmail. I can access my mint.com. I can access all of my stuff without using a VPN. But this is a nice benefit if you want everything on your device protected because you don't need your what's the name of that one? You don't need your Ashley Madison account getting compromised. Hey, that's all I'm going to say. If you know anything about that, you don't need your Ashley Madison account getting compromised. That's just a little look. So the names again are BetterNet, BetterNet, and TunnelBear. BetterNet is completely free. TunnelBear, you pay either a monthly or a yearly subscription. You get a certain amount for free if you need to watch just one or so shows, but they're really, really cool. And that is it for the tech tip for